Hey everybody, it's Rolling Real from Complete Trader Academy with another daily review. Today is Friday, the 2nd, 2022. Let's jump into it here. Another day, great day in the markets here. This is the daily candle right here. And we opened up, went up a little bit, and then news came out, sank down. We discussed this yesterday. Yesterday is a very important video to watch, so this can all make sense as well. And it did take out that imbalance that we had here, got into the block that we discussed, and then rallied back up. All right, so let me jump right into a 5-minute. Excuse me, I'm still under the weather a little bit. All right, so let me just go over the literal part of the day. So price opened up, came down a little bit, and took out that low, and then was kind of holding support here, kept going up throughout the night, and creating some highs and lows and some shakeouts. Took out the high here. So now this was key here for people to know how they could have caught this trade. This one was pretty easy in my book, but to catch this trade was not as easy, I'm assuming. And price came up, took out this, took out the highs, and then once you saw, I'm going to zoom in now. So once you saw this here, these three candles, the way it was bearish that way and left an imbalance, that was also a big red flag for bearishness to follow order flow, only because yes, it did not break these lows yet, but when you have that type of movement, this is the big flag to look for in price action. So, and yes, this is a 5-minute. So then what happened is price came down, came up, got into this candle, which was like, okay, it's suspect because we have that candle up there still not mitigated. And price came down again, took out this low, and then took out this low, but it didn't take out the low like in a strong way. It just barely. So it's kind of like you still had liquidity down here. So at that time I drew this here because I knew this was going to be liquidity, and I knew we were going to kind of go up. I mean, order flow, lower low, then lower low, for looking for a lower high. So the candle right here is where my entry was going to be, no matter what. I was going to get in, and sure enough, the price came up. I wish I could see. I was afraid to. I'm trying to show it to you. Look normal. Maybe I can do it this way. Yeah, I have to do it this way then, before it drops. Okay, so I'm going to just stop right here for a second so you can see this. So there you go. I should have did this from the beginning. So you see so you can see, and that's also key, just so you guys know. Make sure you kind of like open up your chart this way so you can really see it. So price came up. You see it took all the liquidity above here nicely, which was that high. And then price broke down, right? Left an imbalance here. So you could have actually been in right here. Now, I'm not going to draw it, but you could see it, right? I could have been in an entry right here, but I wanted more confirmation. So if it was an order flow of being bearish, right? So otherwise, if it was bullish, it would have it would have never really made this. It would have kind of started going up, taking out this high. So order flow, break here. You have an imbalance here. Price came up, could have been a seller. I waited again. So price came down, left an imbalance here. I'm expecting price to come back up. So what did it? It kept going. I was a little worried that I was going to miss the boat, right? But we had time. You got to remember this at this time of the day, it's 7 o'clock. So I need more data, need to see what's going on more. So price came back up, and I got this line right here, right above that candle. As soon as it taps that line, I'm in. And that was my logic. Because it was coupled with, besides the imbalance, it was coupled with this candle right here as a supply block for me. So after that came up, I was in, came down. I had a little bit of heat on me. It wasn't too much though. We're talking 11, 11 points, nothing. And then look what happened. Boom. News came out at 8:30, and then sank the price. Beautiful. All in a minute. So, but remember, if you watch yesterday's video is key. Why did I say that? Because we were looking to take out this imbalance right here. See this between these two lines? So, and remember, yesterday we also discussed that we were stuck at a 50 and it bounced off, and I stayed in this trade to hold and see, because if the news came out and it decided to go up, I was already in it, right? But I had a protective stop on there. Watch yesterday's video if you didn't. So we were at a 50 here yesterday, and I don't know if it was going to hold, but I knew that we had an imbalance here. So what did the price do? When I took this trade today, my intention was to take it to at least the close of this imbalance, and look where it went. Yeah, I went below and underneath it, and you'll leave always some money on the table. It's fine, but who cares? That this was 400 points by itself right here, just this trade. So came down to here, and look what it did. Look at this low, and then it tapped the 70 perfectly, right? And then went away. So to me, when it spiked back up, and then I saw, all right, let me go back in now. So, and I have to go into a 1 minute so you can see this trade. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to see it. But, yeah, man, amazing. So now this level right here, this is at a 70 level. So good level for it to buy. We've already tackled this imbalance and then hit the 70, and that was my confluence. And then my third piece that I needed order flow. So price went up, came down in here, and then that to me was not enough confluence. I wasn't feeling it. Yes, I could have been a buyer right here, but I just wasn't convinced that we weren't going to touch this wick or even take out this wick and then go up. So I was waiting for one of these things to happen. So I saw this happen. Price came down here, did not break here. So I'm like, okay, perfect. We got into a wick, and I'm still not in yet. Price went up. I was risky because it could have just, you got all this big price imbalance now, right? So when I took this trade down, my logic, and as you see how I trade, price is gonna, have to balance this big empty price. I mean, go back test any news, and it's constantly happening. So price went up and came back into a block nicely. Perfect. Got in, and sure enough, order flow, and kept going. And this was the trade of the day, obviously, apparently. So, but I was really only taking it back to this high, to these highs, because generally when you do a big shakeout, I'm sorry, let me get less data for you. So when you have a big shakeout, you'll notice, if a lot of people sold here, made money, what is their intention? Their intention is to cover back their tracks and make sure that no one is still in, right? So that's how they keep you in and out of the market, right? So took the price up to about here. Actually, this should have been here. And then I took 80% of this, and I took 80% of this. The other, I leave for floaters, and right now I have a little bit left, and we're going to see how this turns out on Sunday night and next week. But because my goal was to really come and take out this high, only because I'm keeping up with the flow. I'm keeping up with the trend. So higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And then what's above this high would be a higher high. So I'm banking on the rest to do that. But I got 800 points today as an example. And that's amazing, right? The volatility and this pair to me is the best, obviously. But it's amazing to take the money. Because imagine if I was to have sold here and I didn't take the money and it came back upon me. So not only did I not get in this trade going up, but I lost the money I made coming down. So you would be very upset with that, right? So with the rule that I keep, and as you see the way I trade, it works. We talked about yesterday. What did we say yesterday? Oh, well, these moves happen every day. Came down and came up, right? What did it do here? It came down and it came up. That's why I get the 2 trades a day. So hope this helped. Let me go to a daily, back to a daily. We could hit to and I'll be honest, I'm going to throw this out there, but I see us going into a major consolidation. I can't confirm that yet. I'm looking at all the macro levels of other charts from the dollar and all the other currencies and entities, but I think we're headed for a consolidation, man. But that's maybe just me talking. As far as now goes, this closed as a bearish candle, right? Or did it? I don't know. I'm zooming in for you to see. You can't even tell if this is freaking. What was the color of this candle? Was it blue? Yeah, it was blue. And does it really matter? Well, sometimes it matters. I'm still zooming in. You still can't tell. Yeah, it's a blue. That's a blue candle, right? Yeah, that's a blue candle. So if that's a blue candle, you have a higher risk of this thing just opening up and going that way without even no waiting. You might get it might come back down. Let me see. Yeah, it's still a little early to tell, but we do have some liquidity sitting in this wick. Let me delete this now. And then we don't know. Price might open up, come down, take out this low, and settle back again. If you remember yesterday's video, I was mentioning something similar to this. So we'll see how it goes. Or because it closed bullish, and it's kind of like this. Was that bullish? Yeah, that was bullish too. So we might get something sloppy like this, or we might just open up and then just go straight for the high, because this is your higher low and then go straight to the higher high. They have an opportunity of not keeping you in the trade that goes up, maybe to take out this candle, or not this candle, but this block here that I've discussed. That what's this for? This line right here. So the objective is to take that if we're going to keep staying bullish. At the moment, we're still bullish, obviously. So, and we'll see how it goes. All right. So hope this helps. All right. Take care. God bless.